Your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth, and you'll know the debt is paid.
Sooner or later, Cersei always gets what she wants.
Let the priests argue over good and evil. They can live in my new world, or they can die in their old one.
The Starks have always ruled the North. If they're alive, the country will rally to their side.
But Arya Stark hasn't been seen since her father was killed.
I'll find her.
This isn't the end. You need to make it.
Devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside.
Can I tell you a secret?
The Lannisters are the only ones who pay their debts.
I broke Stannis.
The war is not over.
Man says all he needs to crush us.
Come for a last look.
Hi there, I'm Dana Ferguson, and I am here with some of the cast from HBO's Season 4 Game of Thrones. We have Pedro Pascal, who plays Oberyn Martell, aka the Red Viper, and Gwendoline Christie, who plays Brienne of Tarth. So, let's get into it. Game of Thrones has a massive cult following here in the Bahamas, but there are still some people who have yet to be initiated. How would you describe Game of Thrones to a first-time viewer?
Well, Game of Thrones is a show that has something of everything in it. It's, I feel it's reductive to describe it as a fantasy drama.
I would say it's this like epic show that, while existing within the genre of fantasy, is something that is completely relatable and ultimately the best storytelling on TV.
What it seems to do so well is to reflect the darker recesses of our human experience in a medieval sort of context, non-determinate medieval context, but with supernatural elements and very unconventional narratives and explosive, heart-wrenching consequences.
Agreed.
If you want to be completely drawn into a world where anything is possible, in terms of fantasy, but in terms of human drama as well, then I would watch Game of Thrones.
If I told you to leave the capital right now and find Sansa and bring me her head, would you do it?
He wasn't involved in Joffrey's death, but you were.
It wouldn't matter to Cersei. She won't rest until my head's on a spike.
You gonna fight for him now?
You're a steward, you traitor's bastard. Give me an excuse.
I will answer injustice with justice.
And I understand that you were a fan of the show before you joined the series.
Yeah, I watched the show like a regular fan. I binged watched the first 2 seasons because, exactly, because you can do that now. And then I was caught up with the 3rd season and waiting every Sunday for that, for the next episode. Yeah. I was in the middle of watching the 3rd season when the audition came around for it, actually. So I got these really extensive scenes from the 4th season. So I had this initial, like, reluctance almost to read it because I didn't want to know what was going to happen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how does it feel now to be cast in something that's so established and something that you were such a huge fan of before you joined the cast?
Well, my viewing experience of the show is completely ruined. I should have totally reconsidered. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have been like, you know what? I don't think I can do this because I'm just enjoying myself too much. It's amazing. It's not like anything that I've ever experienced. I've not been given the opportunity to be in material this good. I've done some great things. I've had a long career in theater in New York. As far as TV is concerned, this experience is sort of creatively unmatched. And for it also to be on a show that I love personally as a fan is a very surreal and exciting thing.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
You're in rather a good mood.
I suppose I am.
Won't ask why.
Small pleasures.
Your Grace, Lord Tywin.
Prince Oberyn.
I don't believe you have met Ilaria. This is the Lord Hand, Tywin Lannister, and Cersei Lannister, the Queen Regent. I suppose it is former Queen Regent now. Lord Hand, Lady Cersei, Ilaria's son.
My lord, my lady.
Charmed.
Can't say I've ever met a sand before. We are everywhere in Dorne. I have 10,000 brothers and sisters.
Bastards are born of passion, aren't they? We don't despise them in Dorne.
No, how tolerant of you.
I expect it is a relief, Lady Cersei. Giving up your regal responsibilities. Wearing the crown for so many years must have left your neck a bit crooked.
Suppose you'll never know, Prince Oberyn. It's a shame your older brother couldn't attend the wedding.
Please give him our regards. With any luck, the gout will abate with time and he'll be able to walk again.
They call it the rich man's disease. A wonder you don't have it.
Noblemen in my part of the country don't enjoy the same lifestyle as our counterparts in Dorne.
People everywhere have their differences. In some places, the highborn frown upon those of low birth. In other places, the rape and murder of women and children is considered distasteful. What a fortunate thing for you, former Queen Regent, that your daughter Myrcella has been sent to live in the latter sort of place.
Push the button. Push the button. Come on, push the button. Push the button. Push the button. Push the button. You ain't listening now? Push the button. And you instead push the button. Push the button. Push the button.
Push the on-demand button on your remote today for movies, events, and free content on 500 Rev TV On Demand. Go ahead. You know you want to.
Interested in filmmaking? Think you have what it takes? Then this competition is for you. Rev TV and HBO present the 2014 Game of Thrones Short Film Competition. Submit your video for a chance to win a trip for two to the Toronto International Film Festival or a 20-piece Canon film kit. Videos will be posted weekly on Facebook. Submissions start now. See gothbo.cablebahamas.com for details.
So, George R.R. Martin's characters are very layered and complex, in particular the women. What do you admire most about your character?
I love the character Brienne of Tarth. I love that she has this exemplary outer strength and has worked so hard to overcome the obstacles that have come about as part of her choice to be a knight. She's a woman that's chosen an unconventional path, and she is prepared to do whatever is necessary in order to achieve that. She's also simultaneously really dedicated to the good of all. And at the moment, I think we see a character who is truly good, who has the very best of intentions. And I admire that about her, but she's simultaneously incredibly vulnerable. And while there's the outer strength and badassery and fighting and swords, she's actually something of the innocent romantic about her.
They say the best souls have names. Any ideas?
Oathkeeper.
Goodbye, Brienne.
was it like to prepare for the role of someone seeking revenge for his slain family? What's that like?
The cool thing about my experience with playing this character is that the creators of the show, they got in touch with me very early in the audition process after they saw my first self-taped audition, and started talking to me about what motivates this character, what shapes this person emotionally, so that all this badassery and all this danger and lust for living that this character has comes very specifically is very specifically motivated emotionally. And so it was this amazing opportunity to have these beautiful conversations about this great character with the writers of the show that helped really kind of navigate it for me and help me understand in a very intimate way the workings of this character's mind. And so everything came from there. That was like the seed. And so the way he enters a room, the way that he sounds, you know, how dangerous he is, how passionate he is, all came from, you know, these, you know, their writing and conversations about why this person is this way.
So it's a shared experience.
Oh, it was I was invited into their brilliant minds to take part in their show and to portray this character that they've adapted so beautifully from George's books.
It's a wonderful gift.
Yeah, it was.
Seems I visited the Lannister brothel by mistake.
Oh, they take all kinds.
Even Dornish.
The king is very grateful that you traveled all this way for his wedding.
Now let us speak truth here. Joffrey is insulted. I am only the second son, after all.
Well, speaking as a fellow second son, I've grown rather used to being the family insult. Why did you come to King's Landing, Prince Oberyn?
I was invited to the royal wedding.
I thought we were speaking truth.
The last time I was in the capital was many years ago. Another wedding. My sister Elia and Rhaegar Targaryen, the last dragon. My sister loved him. She bore his children, swaddled them, rocked them, fed them at her own breast. Elia wouldn't let the wet nurse touch them. And beautiful, noble Rhaegar Targaryen left her for another woman. That started a war, and the war ended right here, when your father's army took the city.
Wasn't actually.
They butchered those children. My nephew and niece carved them up and wrapped them in Lannister cloaks. And my sister, you know what they did to her? I'm asking you a question.
I've heard rumors.
So have I. The one I keep hearing is that Gregor Clegane the Mountain raped Elia and split her in half with his great sword.
I wasn't there. I don't know what...
If the Mountain killed my sister, your father gave the order. Tell your father I'm here. And tell him the Lannisters aren't the only ones who pay their debts.
Who doesn't want high-definition TV? Nobody! That's why you bought that big TV in the first place, right? But the thing is, plenty of people got that big flat-screen TV for Christmas or their birthday or whatever, but they didn't get an HD cable box to go with it. That means that they're watching this regular TV signal on their big HD TV, and it could look so much better. See, an HD image is 4 times the size of a regular digital TV image. To get true HD, you gotta have Rev TV HD to go along with your HD TV. So here's the deal. You can get a Rev TV HD box today for about as much as you're paying now for your regular digital box. And you'll only pay half the cost to access over 100 HD channels with Rev TV HD. You're welcome.
Your HD TV deserves true HD, so upgrade to Rev TV HD today for just $4.99 a month for a limited time from Rev TV. Rev TV HD, how we define TV.
Speaking of gifts, your character is a very gifted warrior with a, pun intended, viper-like skill set. Did you have any weapon training or martial arts training before you joined the cast?
I had no experience in martial arts, none whatsoever.
Masses.
Yes.
Well, not before joining the cast. I mean, in service of the part.
Right.
When I was trying to get the part, I heard about it and I lost a lot of weight through working out, and then I gained a lot of muscle, and then HBO facilitated the process by training me with a brilliant sword master called C.C. Smith.
I had done some training in boxing, and I also have a theater background. I studied theater, and I also, a lot of my career has been in theater, and there's often, fight choreography that you learn in swashbuckling sword fights and like a Shakespearean, production. But that was really the extent of it.
And we trained for 2, 3, or 4 days a week for about 3 months on learning to sword fight, learning to fight, and changing my physicality to match Brienne's, which was a completely different character to one I'd ever played before, to inhabit someone with that degree of strength and power. And it was hard work. It is hard work, but I love the challenge of it.
You can see that.
Very early into the process, I started training with a master of wushu, which is acrobatic martial arts, who was teaching me sort of like the basics and how to fight with a spear. And I had never done anything like that before.
What was that like?
It was very, very challenging. It was really exciting. It was a lot of fun. It was intimidating and exhilarating and exhausting in all of the best ways.
All of the ings.
All of the ings. Just pick an ing. That's what it was like.
All right. From a female perspective, Game of Thrones now seems to be populated by 2 types of women. You've got those who forge their own destinies, like Arya or Daenerys, and then the others who seem to allow men to dictate their happiness, like Sansa and Shae. Where would you say Brienne of Tarth falls in this spectrum?
It's so tough with the characters, the female all the characters in Game of Thrones, because just when you think you've formed an opinion about them, that opinion is challenged. And I think Brienne of Tarth is carving out her own path. But because it's the world of Game of Thrones, all of that can change.
She's wonderfully different. Like,
yeah.
She really does stand apart
yeah.
from the other women. Good fantasy literature tends to have some sort of social relevance. What aspects of the fictional world of Game of Thrones do you think are mirrored in the real world?
I think as a world, it beautifully mirrors our own experience. I think that it highlights the darker recesses of our human experiences and relationships, and I think there's something about the fact that the incredible scale of it, and it's so epic, and the phenomenal production values, that you're in another world. And for me, being in that other world and being so excited and fascinated by it allows me to connect more deeply with the characters, because they're so clearly drawn, and what they go through is so extreme and so shocking that somehow I feel able to form a closer bond with them.
Boy, you need to clean up this room.
Up your game today with Revon Broadband Internet, introducing upload speeds up to 7 megabits per second, starting at $19.99 a month for the first 6 months. Call to sign up today.
Up your appeal.
For those hashtag moments.
Up your productivity.
So you can work faster.
Up your memories.
For more likes that everyone will love.
up your laughter.
so everyone can get in on the fun. Revon broadband internet is now 33% faster with upload speeds up to 7 times faster than ever. Sign up for the fastest internet today, starting at just $19.99 a month. Rev, join the revolution.
So Cable Bahamas and HBO are hosting a short film competition where participants have been asked to recreate their favorite scene. Yes. So I was wondering, what scene would you like to see recreated?
The bear fight.
Yes.
Absolutely. The bear fight.
Get behind me.
Will not.
Lord Bolton charged me with bringing him back to King's Landing, alive, and that's what I aim to do. Pull her up!
Can you do that? Can I come and judge it?
Can you?
Please.
We will get that done.
Yes, let's do it. I've never
Fantastic.
been to the Bahamas.
We can make that happen.
Let's talk about this.
Let's do those.
I'm into this.
I would love to see the scene where Daenerys, the mother of dragons, reveals to the slave owner that she speaks Valyrian when she basically buys and frees the slaves and then commands the dragons to burn everybody up, and that whole twist and the reaction of this guy who'd been, so rude the whole, for a few episodes in. I think that was I'd love to see that scene done with like little stick figures.
That's brilliant.
Is it done then? They belong to me.
Pindas lusacer tida.
Satida.
This is done.
Pero si tiene.
You hold the whip.
Espero Zia Zantir.
Doageris! Naijon mevatas! Geletis!
Vetra, j'espère, divito magis.
Zaldrizes buzdaris gosdaur.
Itragi valire.
Nige daineres gel masmo hentar geriol entrot.
En Valeria Wepoanagariksan. Valeria Munuengos Nuihis Isa. Kovagedi! Axia osentas, menti osentas. Kiloni pilos lyövälei tolvi osenetas. Inini otrikatas. Urnei lyöi tolvei prisotas.
Sesena! Sesena! Sesena!
Dracaris.
And final question, who do you think deserves the throne?
Who deserves the throne?
Who deserves the power and the throne?
You know, I won't pick any of my favorite characters because I wouldn't want to punish them with the position of the throne, because I think that it is a very, very mixed bag of corruption and power. But if anyone could do it, I would probably say Khaleesi.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. I would like to take the time to thank my guests, Pedro Pascal and Gwendoline Christie, for coming in to chat with me. I'm Dana Ferguson, and don't forget to submit your videos for the Game of Thrones short film competition. You can find out more information from cablebahamas.com or visit their Facebook page.
Interested in filmmaking? Think you have what it takes? Then this competition is for you. Rev TV and HBO present the 2014 Game of Thrones short film competition. Submit your video for a chance to win a trip for two to the Toronto International Film Festival or a 20-piece Canon film kit. Videos will be posted weekly on Facebook. Submissions start now. See gothbo.cablebahamas.com for details.
I pledge my commitment to serve.
I commit myself and my time and my future to ensuring that my customers know,
want,
and love everything we deliver to their home or business.
I will not just show up.
I will step up. I will not just do my job.
I will not just work to get paid.
I pledge to excel.
To excel.
For customer, for company,
for country.
I pledge. I pledge
to excel.
At Cable Bahamas, we pledge to excel.
Do you know what they did to my brother and my mother? I lie awake all night, thinking about how they died.
What good is power if you cannot protect the ones you love?
We can avenge them.
All that time I was gone. The world's fallen apart.
Always keep your foes confused. If they don't know who you are or what you want, they can't know what you plan to do next.
Sometimes it is better to answer injustice with mercy.
I will answer injustice with justice.
Running out of time. I will not become a page in someone else's history book.
If that boy's still walking, it's because you let him go.
You're a Targaryen. You're the mother of dragons.
I need to be more than that.
Whom can we trust?
Ourselves alone.
We mustn't disappoint Father.
You've done nothing wrong.
I've done plenty wrong.
Have you got HBO? You can sign up with Cable Bahamas and save 50% for the first 3 months. Plus, get access to HBO on demand so you can watch your favorite HBO original programs like Game of Thrones on your schedule. Call or visit cablebahamas.com to sign up today.